Crystal from Pineapple Papers, and it's Friday, so this will be my 5th video this week. Unfortunately, it was a crazy day, got out of work late, so there's a good chance that this will not make it up until tomorrow. So I guess I failed at doing one a day for a week, so thank goodness I didn't try to do it for a whole month. But I will try and make it up and have 2 on Saturday. So let me just tell you what I'm going to use. So I picked this 9th Street papers from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby, and that's where I'm getting my color scheme from. And then as far as embellishments, I have these 2 pieces left from a Dollar Tree something. One says memories, one says happy. And I have these stickers from, both are from my Mind's Eye. One's from the India collection and Lost and Found, so those might make it. I have this jelly bean soup cork that I'm going to try again to get on another layout. This sticker sheet is from the Dollar Tree as well. This is Woodland Parks word stickers from October Afternoon, and I really like this one that says the only perfect life is the one you live. So I'm hoping to get that one on if I don't forget. And then I've got some cork embellishments, some word stickers. These are tags from, I'm not exactly sure, Chic tags, journaling tags. And then I got these 2 Cool Kid items. And then I pulled a couple of Brad's Teresa Collins Daily Stories and the My Mind's Eye Now and Then. And this sticker sheet from, it's called Yesterday by Lori Whitlock. So, and then I went through my small embellishments and have a few little pieces in here. So I will put you on fast forward and we'll get started. Okay, this is take 2 on the voiceover because my husband was weed whacking and you could totally hear it in the background. So I wanted to do the layout with a diagonal half of each of these pattern papers. And my paper trimmer won't cut it, so I folded it a couple times, hoping that I could just rip it, which it did really well, except for the beginning and the end. I had used my scissors to get started and then to finish. Now, I wanted it originally on the right side with the circle pattern paper, but the way that I cut it, it has some writing in that bottom right-hand corner. And if I put it, it would kind of be upside down and sideways. So I went ahead and put it on the left. And I did want a small, tiny border of the background paper. So I put that on. And I adhered it just slightly because I did have good intentions of taking it to my sewing machine and sewing it, which never happened. So this blue paper is like a honeycomb, and I'm going to use that to ground my pictures. Now I'm still doing the pictures from our spring training game, and I wanted to have it anchored on the page. So these 2 strips with the chevron and the black are designed for my pictures to have something to sit on, almost like a shelf. So initially I thought that I wanted to put the chevron behind, but it blended in with the polka dots. So when I put it on top, it doesn't blend in as much, but I felt like it wasn't enough to ground it as a shelf. So I had this extra piece of black cardstock from my page yesterday, and so I went ahead and put that on top, and I do like how that looks. So these are, like I said, pictures from our spring training game that we went to. We went and saw the Cubs versus the Brewers. And I just cut down the picture of my son standing next to the Cubs roster because he is a big Cubs fan. He's got his Cubs hat on. And I wanted to use this family selfie with the field in the background. So the Cubs were not playing at their spring training field. They were playing at the Brewers. So I did find all 4 of the tickets, and I'm using them as an embellishment behind the family picture. I felt like the pictures were getting a little lost and they needed a little backing. And so I wanted to bring in some more of that black, but I didn't want to do just black because it's sitting on that black shelf. So I found this paper from the same paper pad that's got a black background but some colorful circles, which I thought went really well with the circles of the background paper. And you can hardly tell that they are actually circles, but I didn't want to use any more harsh lines. So I glued down the one picture of my son, and I'm popping up the family picture on some foam. I did have to scoot it down a little bit because I wanted you to be able to see on the tickets the date and that it was the Brewers playing the Cubs. So I decided to bring in some cork, and I am using this cork banner, and I put that phrase from October Afternoon that I really wanted to use right there on the bottom. And then I've taken some of the Cool Kid banners, and I'm not sure where the Eat, Play, Sleep one's going to go, but I love the Fun Day right there. And that will probably consist of my title. Then I took these tags and that family sticker, all from the Dollar Tree, and added some cork up in that top little cluster so that I had some cork somewhere else. Then I felt like I was going to do a cluster on the top of my son's picture, so I wanted to bring the cork there as well. And I'm using this cork circle with a cutout of a square with some polka dots. So I'm definitely using the circle theme. I did get one of those date stickers down at the bottom, and the journaling tag at the bottom is also from the Dollar Tree. Of the embellishments that I had pulled out, the random embellishments from my desk, I don't think I use any of them. There was a ticket and I already had the real tickets, so I kind of just go with that. I do have good intention on actually journaling on this page. There's even lines on that journal spot. I have to say that I'm very horrible at journaling. I love making the page and I just want to move on to making the next page. I don't want to sit down and write because I'm never sure exactly what I want to say, which is kind of sad because I know that the whole point of scrapbooking is to preserve those memories for us to look at and our kids to look at, and then when we're gone, our grandkids or great-grandkids to look at, and they can know, oh, look, this is what Grandma and Dad or whatever did, and I need to make a better point of that. That's definitely a goal of mine. So I haven't put them in albums so that I can journal on them first. So these are the Cool Kid. They're kind of metally stars, and they're from Tuesday Morning, and I love Tuesday Morning. Total addiction for me. So I have to limit the times that I go in there because I know that every time I go in there, I'm going to find something. So as far as embellishments goes, I'm going to finish it with some of these brads. I do 3 in the top cluster, 1 in the middle, and 3 in the bottom cluster. And I don't have any issue with brads. I think it's because I've been scrapbooking for so long, and initially when we started scrapbooking, that was what you had. You had stickers, you had brads, and you had eyelets. So I know some people will take the backs off of them and use them more like enamel dots, but I don't have any trouble puncturing my paper. I have this little, I think it's a memory keepers tool that I use right there, and I figure if I don't like the placement, then I'll just find another embellishment to cover up my hole. I am going to start putting washi tape on the back of them. I've seen some fellow YouTubers do that, and I think that'll just be easier to slide into the page protectors. You can see that the paper that I'm using is super thin, which makes it a little more difficult to work with, but it's going in a page protector. So I'm topping it off with some Mr. Huey's Silver, and it took a little bit to do some splattering. I just covered up our faces because I didn't want splotches on our faces, but I didn't mind getting it on the guy's head that was sitting ahead of us because he has silver hair already. So just a little extra touch. And so here's some close-ups. And you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Remember, wear your crown, and I've made it 5 days of videos, so tomorrow I'm going to try to do some more. The channel Surf Facebook group is doing a whole thing all day. So we'll see you soon. Bye!